All right, welcome. Your Pratte Pack on the road today. We are live at the Magical Coach, of course, .org. Larry Bruno Foundation, Steve Higgins and I. Lots to talk about because 1 week from today, the gate will be open. The ribbon cutting will take place. And the door here on 7th Avenue is going to be absolutely overwhelming with a whole lot of joy. So we're just days away, a week away.
A week away, it's hard to believe. Came really fast.
It did, didn't it?
This is kind of like our rebirth because we were already in the library and we were there for a few years leading up to COVID. And then, of course, when COVID happened, we were locked out for a while, and that's a long story. But we ended up here, so this is kind of a rebirth for us. And also, we've been doing tours, tours and everything. But it's an exciting time because we're officially going to be open. We're going to be open 3 days a week. And people will be able to come in and hang out. And once we're open, we're going to get the archive section set up. So, got the idea from Heinz Museum up in Pittsburgh.
Andy Mason.
And they have up on the 6th floor, they got the little library section. And we have a wealth of photos, scrapbooks, just newspaper articles, things that people on a rainy day and they're bored and they want to look up some good sports stuff, they can come in here and sit down, and we'll have a spot where they can look through archive stuff. So we're excited about that.
And there's always, one thing I've learned in this business, there's always somebody actually tuning in or watching for the very first time. So let's tell everybody where we are and what it is all about here, the museum. Go ahead.
Well, we are the Larry Bruno Foundation. We were formed after Coach Larry Bruno.
The coach of Joe Namath.
The coach of Joe Namath and many other players, and some of the players, me included, formed a foundation. I wasn't an original member. I came on a year later. Ronnie Main and Kenny Thomas, Carl Flory, and Kenny Witacek were the guys that got it off the ground. Carl Flory is still an advisor to us. He's very important to us. But anyway, we started after Coach Bruno's name, and I can't believe that it's been 15 years already. That we just wanted to keep Coach's name alive in the community. We wanted to give scholarship money out in his name, but Rob, it's kind of blossomed into something a lot more. With Ronnie Main's vision and with myself, we came up with the idea, why don't we do this Hall of Fame thing? And it was originally going to start, I was a member of the Historical Society. And the original plan was to have a museum in the Historical Society. And then Ronnie says, no, we're going to have our own. And then we jumped tracks, and this is what you got.
It's a shame that Ronnie is no longer with us, but he is with us in spirit. Let's just take a moment to talk about him. He really was the driving force.
Even today, he's our vision. He's our visionary. A lot of guys say we can't see too far in front of our face, okay? But Ronnie, he was leading the way for us. He was saying, look, guys, this is the way we need to go. This is the path we need to go down. This is the things we have to do to get there. I'm going to help you. This is what we're going to do. And his vision, oh man, it still is what leads us. And we miss him.
Oh yeah,
we miss him. And on top of all that, such a sweet guy he was, And he, when I came on board, Rob, it was at a time when I didn't realize it, but I needed something in my life. And Ronnie Main stepped in there, and he gave me the opportunity to work with this organization, and it changed my life.
Well, I think we all are at that point at times in our life. You hit a speed bump, pothole, and you need something. The problem with me is I've taken on about 1,000 things, and it's just not enough hours in the day anymore. But I had to get here to give you the week countdown, and we hope that people will be here next Friday and will embrace us in the 3 days that they are open. Because one thing about social media, we're live right now, this is seen all over the planet. So all roads really lead to Beaver Falls, and if you love football, high school football, a month away, you're definitely going to want to come here. But it's much more than just football. Names like an incredible athlete, Candy Young, track star, just absolutely one of the most fantastic human beings and athletes ever. A part of this, she'll be here next Friday. The mayor's going to be here. But this year is in Shrineys. We're going to have the banquet a week from tomorrow on Saturday. They'll be here. But I just want people to understand there's nothing like this in Western Pennsylvania other than the Heinz History Center with their Western Pennsylvania Sports Museum. I've been around this stuff all my life. I've done some incredible things. The late, great Frank Dawson, what he has done, and many down there with the Lou Holtz Upper Ohio Valley Hall of Fame. If he were with us, he would have been here Friday for sure. Miss him so much. But this is so unique for a community to have something like this. And I think it just goes to show you the type of pride that people have in Beaver Falls.
Well, a lot of communities have the idea to do something like it, but we actually had the idea, and we actually had the motivation and the resources to put it all together and make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
And again, Ronnie Main's vision had a lot to do with it. My historical background with the historical societies and
love
things,
it.
I love museums, so I know what what good museums should have. And we're trying to make it, we are part of the coalition, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
We're official part of the Beaver County Coalition, and we're not just a rebel rogue out there by ourselves. We are part of the coalition, and we are involved with all the activities that all the museums in Beaver County are involved in, Old Economy, Beaver Heritage, Landmarks Foundation. We're all one organization. They accepted us in. And we're the first sports museum, so we're kind of unique in that way.
Do you ever sit and think, and this comes with age, but you get to a point where you get overwhelmed thinking about what these communities once were, and they're really fighting back and doing incredible things. And I've been talking so much lately about the Nippon U.S. Steel deal and what happened with the Energy Summit. Senator McCormick, the president, was there, the governor, Josh Shapiro, Carnegie Mellon. And I really believe we're headed back towards an incredible industrial age here in Western Pennsylvania. But when you think of Beaver Falls, I have so many stories, so many connections. My broadcasting career, my late uncle Dick Cairns, all the great stories, going to help his wife celebrate her 90th birthday tomorrow. My brother-in-law, John Manzetti, just
Great Beaver Falls names.
Yeah, Ron Schufel. I mean, it's just, you think about the end of the Vietnam War 50 years ago, how many young men from Beaver Falls went off to fight in that war. So it really is about sports, but it's really so much more about just what this community really meant and was the beacon, the city of Beaver County forever, and still has a very special place in my heart.
Well, we want to be a storytelling place. Everything you just talked about, all those memories, all those things that happened, they're worth remembering. They're worth telling the stories. And Rob, people love talking about that stuff.
Oh yeah,
talking
man.
about our history.
Right.
When guys come in here that they might have played not even at Beaver Falls, in any place in the area, and we had some Beaver guys come in, Ed Snitker, and Billy Connor, and them guys came in, and Mr. Liss, I'm not sure what his first name is, but they, their feedback really meant a lot to me, because they're guys that are from another part of the county that eventually we're going to engulf here. We're going to be part of the whole county, and their feedback really meant a lot to me. They came in and said, "Oh yeah, we'd love to have something like this in Beaver." So we're unique. I mean, there's a niche here for us. We're really kind of the first brick and mortar, really all sports Hall of Fame in the county. So we're kind of proud of that.
Why do you think high school football is still so big?
Because of the personalities that played here in the past. I mean, when you look at the guys that played, even in this city, that came through, the Griffies, all them guys from Denora, and them guys from Butler, Hanratty, and all them guys. I mean, there has been so many stars that have come through here, and it's like a show, Rob. It's like, you go up to Reeve Stadium on a Friday night in the mid-'60s and you watch Butler play Beaver Falls. Are you kidding me? I mean, that's something you never forget.
You realize the Reeve Stadium, home of community college, just native. Tony Dorsett. I mean, the people that actually played football on a Friday night just a few miles from.
It's amazing. It's amazing, and that's why we do what we do here.
And that's why it's so popular.
Because people love to embrace that. That's something that we could be proud of, and this is a place to come. And like you said to me before, you said, "Hey, how do you know all that stuff?" People walk in here, and Rob, I'll tell you,
Story after
I
story.
wish you could just hang out here with me, and they'll come in and say, "Hey, you know what? And they'll tell me a story, And remember the one about the Honus Wagner, the guy from Beaver Falls that played second base when Honus, his last year for the Pirates, he played first base, and the second baseman was a Beaver Falls native. And we never knew that. Remember, Rob?
You know, I mean, this was always going to be connected to Joe because of Larry Bruno and Joe Namath. But think about some of the other athletes from Beaver Falls, like the White Collins, the Candy Youngs, the Jerry Moores, yourself, Kevin Scanlon. I mean, and the coaches who came through here. You know, Bobby Blythe, Carl Floyd, Larry Bruno, Larry Matrazo. I mean, it's staggering.
Even back in the older days, with Leland Shackman,
Yeah.
Breidenball. You know, Breidenball is one of the all-time winning coaches in Newcastle. You know, Lindy Laurel and Breidenball used to coach at Pitt. He was here at Beaver Falls. O.H. Heckathorn.
Rich Nyabala.
I mean,
Butch Ryan.
there's names that'll like. And another cool thing is the area is how Geneva is entwined with a lot of local coaches.
Yeah, man.
In the area, you know, I mean, Al Guandola and Paul Bischoff and Gino DeMarco. I had a nice conversation with him recently, and Gino it falls right in with all the all-time greats at Geneva.
I mean, they're going to be talking about Gino DeMarco 50 years from now. I mean, that's the kind of resume. I mean, that dude's been there forever. Coming up on his last season, what a resume.
And the thing with him, he could have went big time if he went.
Many times.
When you're a grad assistant in a D1 school, like he was at Georgia Tech, and then you coach defensive backs at West Virginia, do you know you're in a spot now? Anyone on that staff gets a job, they're going to hire you, and he could have easily climbed the ladder and been like in the NFL right now, easily. But he chose, like Coach Bruno, and he smiled when I did this. I said, "You have a lot of things in common with Coach Bruno."
He allowed Coach Bruno.
He's like, "What do you mean?" And I says, "You came back. You could have been big time. Like Coach got drafted by the Steelers, and you gave your talents to your community, your ministries, your coaching." And he just got a big smile. He liked that.
You know, the other thing, kind of hard to wrap your hands around. I mean, I know where I'm at, age-wise, you and I, but think about Joe being recently, you know, he's in his 80s. Name it. That's really mind-boggling to me, because I think of what it was and who he was.
What he went through. First of all,
absolutely.
The life expectancy of, I think, males is right around, 75, 76?
78.
Well, for retired NFL players, you know what it is?
50-something.
69.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that's the life expectancy of an NFL veteran. Okay.
I didn't know that.
Joe's 82, and you think about what he went through with the head injuries and everything.
Yeah, man.
It's a miracle that he's, you know, I mean.
That's when they hit the quarterback. And hit him again and again and again. But, I mean, he also played really, his legs were shot by the time he got to the NFL.
Well, he was a cripple when he came into the league. And in my opinion, his first 5 years in the league, he was as good as anyone. As good as anybody that ever played the game his first 5 years. And after that, okay, he was this kind of normal. He came back to earth, was very good. You know, in '72, he led the NFL in passing. You know, if he could stay healthy, he would have been, you know, had bigger stats. But his first 5 years in the league, there was no one that was as good as him.
But think of this, too, and I've talked to you about this before. Imagine if they were using the shotgun back then, where he would be able to be way off the line of scrimmage, get the ball and throw it.
It'd be like Marino on steroids. You know how Danny would stand back there?
Danny really was another version
He
of
was
Joe.
emulating Joe.
And Danny didn't have good wheels again.
And he'll tell you that.
Oh, yeah, everybody wanted to beat Joe. What do you think about Aaron Rodgers? I'm kind of excited about it.
You know what? I'm being very positive with him. The guy's talented. I mean, come on. When you have an arm like that and you have that experience, I mean, you know what you're doing, man. You know, he's like Y.A. Tittle out there, man. I mean, he just knows what he's doing, okay? It's all about being healthy. If he can stay healthy and they can block for him a little bit, you know, give him some time, it might work out.
How about the bank that T.J. Watt got? Nice little extension. He deserves it. He's all pro.
Well, this is it for
throttle.
him.
Yeah.
He's at the age, this is his big
3 more years, maybe.
This is it for him. He's going to play this out, and then, so we want to see some production out of him.
So you being an exceptional wide receiver, went on to Bama for a while, then finished at Pitt. Why do you think the wide receiver position is so bankable now and making bank now? Why is it, they're doing top 10 quarterbacks and right next to it, top 10 wide receivers? Why?
It's evolution, I think.
Really?
Yeah, just like the sport evolving from running grind out games to the run and shoot start coming in, and then the run and shoot was there for a while, and then all these offenses just exploded. I think the fact that the money that they're paying quarterbacks, they want to see more passing, so that elevates the wide receiver. I mean, they are talented, but what you're seeing is
Did you have that kind of speed? Like,
guys.
what was your 40? Do you know what your 40 was?
Well, I ran a 4.5 40, but at the time there were guys running 4.4. Like Dorset ran like a 4.4
Back then,
yeah.
70.
So 4.55 was still fast. So I was running 4.55s pretty consistently, but today that's slow.
How about this? Talk about, you're always wearing that White Sox hat. Pirates are actually hosting the White Sox this weekend.
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah, man.
Hey, I should go.
My mind
Well,
never
you know why I
stops.
wear this?
Why?
Because Mike Polka, who's a Beaver Falls native, his son played for the Sox.
I thought,
And his son, they gave me this hat. This was worn in a major league game.
no kidding.
Yeah, this is a real McCoy, baby.
My man. Again, please tell everybody what's happening 1 week from today and where we are and how they can get more information.
We're going to be on the sidewalk on 7th Avenue in front of our museum. The address is 1112 7th Avenue. They're going to have parking places blocked off. We're going to have a crowd out there. We're going to have Candy Young. The mayor's going to be there. And believe me, people, we're not going to be standing out there long, okay? Maybe 10, 15 minutes. We're going to cut the ribbons and come into the museum. And it's a chance for people to see it, okay? Officially see it. This is it, okay? And we're going to have food here, okay? And the inductees that are going to be inducted the next night will be here, so people can come down and congratulate
I
them.
don't mean to put you on the spot, but can you name this year's?
Kenny Wagner.
Explain a little bit about it.
Kenny Wagner, one of our best two-sport athletes ever. He graduated in 1970 from Beaver Falls High School. Was the starting guard on the legendary 1970 state championship team. Probably the #1 best team ever in Beaver Falls history.
You think so?
Oh yeah, I mean they're like most famous, the
More than Midland?
the most
and
beloved.
Ambridge?
No, in Beaver Falls history.
No, oh, okay. I thought you said Beaver County.
No, not better than Midland. Well, third. They voted us.
Midland, Ambridge, you.
Yeah. I mean, that was before
65,
2000.
67, and then
Yeah.
70.
Now, there might have been a couple teams, like Blackhawk was pretty good.
I thought if he's going to go there on me, I'm going to be hearing from all kinds of people.
No. But anyway, Kenny
remember,
Wagner was, oh, come on. He was a big part of that. Then he went to Pitt. And he
I
played
remember
for Pitt.
two players, Oscar Jackson and Gooseberry. Right?
Yeah.
And I don't know why they stand out.
Right.
Anyway, so who else?
Ron Rowan, another basketball player.
Oh, yeah, I know
And
Ron.
Ron Rowan was an All-American at Beaver Falls. He went to Notre Dame for 1 year, transferred to St. John's. His final shot beat Syracuse in the Big East final in a Big East tournament in 1986. Played professional ball in Italy, and he coached at Ambridge and did some local coaching in his day. So two basketball guys, Rowan and Wagner. And then we're going to have former baseball coach Joe Smarts,
Oh, nice.
who coached a lot of guys. Like when Beaver Falls was winning Whippeals from 1960 to 75, we were in like 5 Whippeal finals, and we had 3 championships. And Coach Smarts had a lot to do with that. So, and then some of his players are coming to the banquet, so I'm happy to hear that. Julie Weir, probably one of our best softball players ever. She went to she was a catcher, and Joe Reseda, who was like the guru in
Joey,
softball
yeah.
back in the day.
Yep.
We found a newspaper article where Joe says that Julie was the best catcher he's seen in the Whippeal in the last 15 years.
He said that.
Yeah.
She must have been good.
So she was unbelievable. She went to Ashland University, and she became their best player in school history. So we're gonna honor Julie, and then we're gonna have 3 guys. Reverend Calvin C. Brown, who Reverend Brown was a big supporter of everybody back in the day, the pastor of Tabernacle Baptist Church in Beaver Falls, and he was a guy that would come into homes and talk to people and offer to help you. Anything you wanted Reverend Brown to do, he was there. great spiritual person. Pat Nardelli,
Oh,
who Pat
yeah.
is local businessman and everything. And Pat's from Coppell, who's a Beaver Falls guy.
We're gonna
And
miss
Pat, just so much that he did, Pat. And then
Pat, and recently passed with Castlebrook Construction, great guy. He actually covered sports for the Tribune.
we found some articles that he had written about Little League games.
That
When
was his
Ronnie
passion.
Shiro and
Oh,
Al McLean and them were playing Little League, Pat was covering them.
Love Pat.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
So
Good people.
is that everybody? Yeah. So and then the two softball teams, the '96 girls and the '97 girls, and they were Rob, we're not just football.
No.
Okay, we're not
That's
just
what
football.
I'm trying to
Women's
say.
sports is really important to us. I mean, it's come such a long way in the last 20, 30 years, and I just think that they, especially in
What do
basketball.
you think about the WNBA All-Star game this weekend? Even though Caitlin Clark's not playing, it's going to be watched by millions. And softball. And now, what are they covering this weekend as well? Flag football. It's women against men,
Right.
young women, young men. But I mean, the world is evolving, and if you don't evolve with it, you're going to get left behind. I absolutely love what you're doing.
And there's so many great female athletes. Candy Young, of course, Joy Jeter. I mean, the list goes on and on. And so we want to be part of that because we're really proud of that. So.
Okay, Beaver Falls, summertime, back in the 70s. What did you do? What was a typical day for you?
Probably sleeping a little bit.
Yeah, unless your
Okay.
dad was on
I'd
vacation.
get up and I'd hitchhike up to the pool.
Oh, wow.
And I'd swim at Morada Pool all day. And then we'd probably go down to Moultrips after that, like later, and I'd pick up a baseball game with all my friends. And then we'd play baseball. And then after that, we'd probably go to one of our friends' houses or Hoffman's drugstore at the phone booth and call girls. You asked me, and I told you.
I love it, man. Got another
That was
quarter?
a typical
No, it was
day.
a dime back then.
We'd go to Hoffman's because you had a little privacy.
No phone booth.
Yeah, they had two phone booths there. So, you didn't have anyone yelling at you, like your mom, get off the phone.
Remember how we would talk to girls when we were young for like an hour on the
Oh, I stay
phone?
on the phone. No, I can't stay on the phone 2 minutes.
I don't even like answering the phone.
Back then, I was like, what are you doing?
Listen, I've also invited him on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. We at Coons Market are big believers in community, and our CEO Jody Zima is all in when it comes to promoting anything that really involves the community. So I'm going to have him drop by after the new news to talk a little bit about what they're going to be doing here next weekend. So what days will you be open, and what are the hours,
Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday.
Time-wise?
We're going to be open 11 to 4 during the week and 9 to 2 or 3 on Saturday.
So this is perfect because a lot of families come home from all over the country during vacation time. So if you've got some people who graduated 80s, 90s, 70s, 60s coming back to visit relatives, what a great place to bring your children and grandchildren and kind of give them a little bit of that hometown feel.
Oh, yeah. We have a lot of class reunion groups come in.
Yeah,
They're in
field
town.
trips would be great.
Like you said, people were in town for things and they're like, hey, we got to go check this out, So we've been getting a lot of class reunion groups.
What do you think Larry Bruno would think of all this?
I think he'd love it. I think he would. Yeah, I think he would. Because a lot of what we do is him. He's here. Like when he says, you got to look like a player to act like a player. You got to look good.
Yeah.
Like if you ever went to a Tiger game, Beaver Falls always looked good, man. Their uniforms, those orange spikes, and those white jerseys with the orange pants. We always look so good.
I'm hoping, Coach Mooney, I hope they kind of get
That's what
going.
we try to do here. We try to look good.
I hope they get going in the right direction. He's a good guy. Got that weight room going now. So
Yeah.
there's something unique. I don't know. I just think about all the years that I spent. The thing that I never really liked about Beaver Falls was this time of year, and I'll tell you why. Because you'd wake up and your mom would go, come on, get dressed. We're going shopping for school clothes. And we'd always come over to Beaver Falls. So I'd say, give me something from Isley's, and I'm going to go.
Oh boy, how about the stores back then? Zidens, Lau T. Miller's, Shepherd Brothers,
Murphy, DC Murphy,
Benson's department store,
Rialto Movie
JCPenney's.
Theater.
Yeah, you get anything you wanted was
Do you
here.
realize how many movie theaters were this time at one time? Like 3 or 4, right?
Well, yeah,
Granada,
4.
Rialto.
But even in my day, which is kind of recent. We had 3 when I was a youngster. The Rialto closed in '68.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, but that's the same year that the cinema opened.
That was a cool place.
So that's the primary theater that I went to.
I stood out on that sidewalk one December night, freezing in the snow, to see The Godfather. And that was an experience that I'll never forget.
I see The Godfather there.
Wow. But you know, there's still, let's be positive. You've got a great mayor doing a lot of good things. This street's got a lot of life. You got Bobby right down there at Enlo's. I mean, Beaver Falls is still a happening place.
There's a lot of good things here, Ron.
There is.
There really is.
I mean,
people just need to give us a chance.
Well, we all get caught up in remembering, but I like to live in the present and look to the future. That's why I'm always promoting fast forward. But look at this place. I mean, some of the most progressive and aggressive communities growing leaps and bounds, Washington, Beaver, Butler, wherever, any county, Eastern Ohio, West Virginia. Not many, if any, that I can think of have a place like this that really is all about home cooking. You're welcome. All right, I'm going to come around and push the little button. In fact, why don't you go push the little button? Because I got something to say. All right, before we go, I just wanted to say real quick, thanks to everybody here at the foundation, because this has been an epic journey for me in recent years, having a chance to come back and revisit and get plugged in with some of the coaches that I actually covered when I was doing play-by-play and had the television gig with AHN and Highmark for many years and working with my pals at Rhino. There is really no place like home. Just keep believing, moving forward. But don't forget about the incredible rich history, the past that we have. And just like your favorite football team, huddle up from time to time and get a playbook that's going to really put you into the right place moving forward. Don't forget, all weekend long, those Coons Market Sports Reports, Saturday and Sunday morning. And then, of course, 2 hours of the most important sports show anywhere. Why? Because it's the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday Show, our town, our teams. Your Pratt Pack from beautiful Beaver Falls in the Larry Bruno Museum/Foundation, themagicalcoach.org. It's your Pratt Pack. Have a great weekend.